Thanks once again for tuning into Southern Oregon Cinema. My name's Tom. This is my co-host, Gage. Today we're talking about William Friedkin's would-be masterpiece, but didn't quite get there. Sorcerer, 1977.
Some people call it a masterpiece now. It was a first-time watch for me.
I don't know what they're thinking. This is the third time we're trying to do this podcast, and things have come to light about this film.
It's so funny.
But yeah, the film basically follows four characters that are drawn together. They're basically on the run from their past, and they're basically tasked with doing a very treacherous journey across the jungle in two basically trucks that are falling apart to transport this very volatile dynamite, basically.
Yeah, it's dynamite and nitroglycerin is like leaking out of it because it wasn't properly stored.
Yeah, so basically this company that is taking advantage of this South American
this oil
country.
Because they have to put out.
They have to put this fire out.
Yeah.
This catastrophe happens at an oil well, and basically they have to put the fire out to save the company money and to re-drill it and do all this stuff. So they task it to these guys that are basically hopeless. They'll do anything to get out of the situation they find themselves in, and that's where we meet our characters. So we have a gangster from New Jersey, we have a terrorist, like a Palestinian terrorist. This all takes place in 1977. A French banker and basically a hitman.
Yeah.
And the hitman's from Mexico, it seems
like.
Veracruz.
Yeah,
Veracruz.
Yeah. That's where we see him.
Yeah.
Wait, who knows where? He does seem, I think he's Mexican.
Yeah, Mexican. Yeah. So we'll go with that. But basically, they're basically tasked with this thing. We follow these characters on this journey.
Because the whole beginning of the movie is their segments.
Right.
Friedkin does that. He goes around the world, kind of, at least with this and Exorcist.
Yeah, he's globetrotting.
Yeah.
He's got the money. He's going to show it off.
Yeah.
And, this is a good example of a film that, you talk about inflated budgets. The budget basically from inception to the time the film was released, basically...
Because this was
10 times.
Because it was supposed to be kind of like a lower budget movie that he just did.
Right. And then it ballooned.
Yeah.
Once you get into it, you're like, well, we need the bridge scene. Okay, that's going to be $3 million.
When you're firing half of your crew and rehiring them, and everyone's getting, because they're shooting on location, so everyone's getting... Friedkin himself gets malaria and shit.
Yeah.
The behind the scenes of this movie is a documentary in of itself.
Right.
It really is.
The story behind the film is arguably more compelling than the film itself. The film itself
I think
is pretty basic.
Oh, it's raw, just emotion kind of it's really just plot.
Like tension.
There's no character.
Yeah, there's no character.
This is a simple plot.
Yeah.
And we're running through it.
Yeah, it sets it up.
Yeah.
Not too much exposition.
Definitely has themes and everything.
Yeah.
But
you don't need to be like...
The characters are vessels.
Yeah, we don't need to know too much about these guys. We just know that they're desperate, they're on the run, and they were looking for an escape. And then the escape they got, they hate, and they don't want to stay there. And now they'll do anything to escape.
Because they're all kind of like bad guys.
Yeah, they're bad guys.
Yeah.
They're bad guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of to me, the film is like, some people say, well, it's about the cruel fate of these guys. And I'm like, it's more about these guys are bad and they're getting the fate they deserve. Mm-hmm. The fate's not that cruel that they face.
Friedkin himself said he thought it was about how just these strangers have to come together and get a job done and rely on each other, or the world will blow up. And that's kind of like a microcosm of society. That's what
I think he failed on that regard.
I know.
I think the original Clouseau film, I haven't read the book, but the Clouseau film hits that harder. Yeah. Where it is almost like they're more actively working together, but Friedkin's cynicism in this movie comes through where it's like, if the other truck doesn't make it, you get the full share of the money.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, you're not working together. You're not competing directly, but you're not going to cry any crocodile tears if the other truck blows up.
But is that what everyone thinks, or just Scheider's
Just
character?
Friedkin. It is left to interpretation, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not made clear that, oh, yeah, well,
But it is.
if the other truck blows up, we get all the money for the whole thing. That's
Yeah.
never made perfectly clear, but
Yeah.
Scheider is thinking
Scheider
that.
thinks that. Yeah. He's greedy.
He plays the gangster. And and to be fair, I think this is some of Scheider's best work.
I think so too.
Like,
Absolutely.
And I've watched his career over the years. Obviously, he's been in better movies, like we talked about, All That Jazz, Jaws,
Yeah.
obviously a classic.
Yeah.
And this doesn't stand shoulder to shoulder with those movies, but his performance
is so good.
is very good.
He's great. Like
Is very
Scheider
good.
was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And everyone in this movie is like is Friedkin's like fifth choice.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
even the studio is like, we like Scheider, yeah, he came off of Jaws, but even the studios were like, we need a
big
name.
star. We need a big star.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there was a bunch of people he wanted, but
Because
yeah.
when you think Jaws, who do you think? You don't think Scheider, you think Spielberg.
Yeah.
You think Spielberg. You're
Yeah.
like, ugh. And he's okay. And I'm glad that Scheider got the role, but it was not his first choice. And
And-
it kind of shows.
And I think of man, I forget his name, but the British actor in that. I think of that character.
Oh, yeah.
Swimming with bow-legged women. I think of that character
Oh,
when I
yeah.
think of Jaws.
I could see that. I could see that. But yeah, like I said, Scheider's great. The whole cast is great. They play their parts well. It is an international cast. I think Friedkin originally that's what they were going
Honestly,
for.
I think that's what worked. Like, I love Scheider, and you do need that. But I actually really like how everyone is like an unknown.
Yeah, it's like an international. It's an international.
Makes it feel
cast.
more real and
It does.
lived in.
It does. It doesn't feel like I'm watching a movie with actors. It feels like I'm watching a movie with characters.
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
pull that off.
Even if it's the littlest amount of character,
Right, the
you can
littlest bit. But like you said, they're kind of tropes.
They are.
They're tropes.
They are fully one-dimensional tropes,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah. You changed my tune on this because I was like, well, if they're not deep characters, why are we spending so much time on these vignettes? We don't need to spend so much time on these vignettes.
setting it up.
There's too much setup.
Yeah.
There's too much setup. Whereas, like for the Hitman, there's not
I feel
enough
like
setup, and it looks cheap. And then,
Dude.
and then for
Yeah.
the French banker, there's way too much setup. It's like, and I like all the vignettes, but they need to be more gracefully done.
And it's literally only set up, and it does set it up well enough because later when he does die,
Yeah,
you do feel it more.
you do.
but I don't really
Just a little bit.
I don't care about it
Yeah,
still.
that's the thing.
Like-
He's not that relatable. You do get just a little hint of
That's what I really liked
Oh.
about Wages of Fear. They just went start in the town,
yeah.
and you can set up character from that. I don't think we need the backstories in this movie. Mm-hmm. Like,
It doesn't need to be nearly as fleshed out.
yeah,
You establish what the mission is
can be
and then go.
if everything else is so not bare bones, but just
to the point,
To the
not
point?
subtle, just overtly, just like okay, it's right in your face.
just set it up with some fucking exposition of who these people are.
yeah. That's why I think you can really get through those vignettes 3 minutes
Yeah.
apiece. It helps your pacing. It helps you get to the point.
It sets up all of their little like
Their
traits,
skills, their
and,
skills,
and,
yeah.
and skills that they have.
Yeah, and
for
I
sure.
that's one of my favorite parts.
But I think
about
you
the
can
movie.
do that starting in the town and just showing they could have a job there.
Yeah, you might be able to even use a little bit of exposition there and say, yeah, French banker, huh?
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like
Exactly.
he could have done. 'Cause
Exactly.
when there's that bar scene where it's Scheider and the banker, and he's like, "Oh, I heard you were some French banker," or he says something like that, and it's like, that's almost enough right there.
You were in finance.
yeah, you were in finance,
Yeah.
but why are you here? Just the circumstance informs the background.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here if you were on the up and up, if you weren't running from something.
Yeah,
so I
because
feel
even
that way
Scheider's
too.
like, oh, because he says something, I forget what, but then he's like, oh, you, so it's not what you were expecting, huh? He's like, no, it's exactly what I was expecting.
Right. So yeah, I will agree there that the vignettes, they need some edits. Editing is a problem in this movie. There's no two
some
ways about it.
wonky
There's some wonky
editing-
stuff. There's
edits.
wonky stuff, and it's funny coming from a
'Cause this
from a
wa-
filmmaker like Friedkin, where it's like he is pretty meticulous and particular about how things come off.
But then it's like, did he did go and add all those
Who knows?
Pazuzus to the Exorcist re-edit. It's
Right.
like, I don't know.
I'm thinking maybe the studio was like, by the time they spent their the two studios spent their $22 million, like, you're not touching this.
No.
We'll edit it ourselves, and then it turned into kind of a mess.
I don't know.
To be fair,
Yeah, that could be the case.
they might have been like, we're cutting you off.
But Friedkin almost seems like he was so almost dictator-like on set.
He is on record saying he's most proud of this film.
Yeah.
He's on record of saying that. So it's like,
But I almost don't think he would have allowed the studio to do that.
maybe not.
He seems like like someone that he would have just burned the fucking film before he let
that's
that
a good
happen.
point. but that does beg the question: why are these editing choices made? Was it because it was just budget and stuff was ballooning and they had to cut corners? No, I'm thinking part of it is he realized he was making a movie that was ahead of its time in a number of ways. The Tangerine Dream score, kind of this big budget.
Is this the first
I
Tangerine?
think it was.
Is this the first
I think it
Tangerine
was.
Dream score? Yeah.
For a major motion picture? I think
because they were still a relatively new band at this point.
Because the tone I see in this flick is like, this is a guy that's high on his own supply. He's doing a little bit of fart sniffing. He's in his lane. He's moisturized.
There might be too much cocaine in those
farts.
There
might be too much. So he might be in that case where I'm surrounded by yes men. I made two big hits, award-winning hits. Nobody can tell me shit.
Absolutely.
Because
he even did say that to the studio of like, well, we need a name here. He's like, they'll go see it because William Friedkin is on the poster.
he thought that was it.
But that is true.
From the man who brought you The Exorcist.
But then people are like, Sorcerer? Because what the fuck?
Yeah, what does it mean?
What does that title mean?
What does it mean? I don't know.
It's like...
That's more fart sniffing.
Because it's...
more fart.
I guess it's about...
It's all Miles
Destiny
Davis. But the name literally is from Miles Davis's Sorcerer album.
Okay.
What is that?
I don't know. I haven't heard the album.
That's some real...
But that's just jazz.
He was listening to that, and supposedly that's what inspired it.
I want to listen to that album now. I wonder if that would be a great score for this movie.
Maybe we'll put a little insert in if I feel like editing this shit. I wanted to talk about the mixture of like highfalutin Hollywood techniques and then the cinema verite mix.
Yeah.
And how it doesn't quite work in this in every regard.
Because that's his style, right? Is that
documentary,
almost guerrilla? It's kind of in vogue now with like, and it was in the 70s, but then it became really Hollywood.
It's almost like the less produced something is, the more authentic people perceive it.
Sean Baker won freaking 4 Oscars last year.
Yeah,
and that's his whole style now. So that is William Friedkin is insanely influential when it comes to that. Like
I think that's why
documentary like.
That's why this film is regarded the way it is.
Yeah, I
because
can see that.
It is a mix of like really precise technical work, and then just
that
handheld look.
Absolutely.
And honestly, for a film that is handheld, it does look amazing. Like
it does.
Whatever they shot it on, the lenses, the film stock, it looks amazing. Whereas you go back to 1977, so many things that tried to ape this style, they look cheap. That's one thing I will say about this film, other than a few things like the first scene with the like.
It's the wonky editing,
cheap elements
it's the wonky editing and elements that I think makes it feel cheaper than it is.
But I feel in terms of the filmmaking, like on set, they put everything into it, and it comes through in many ways on the screen. Like the money is not totally squandered.
No,
and you got to think about it. $22 million. This is $22 million in $77. That's a lot of money.
No, this movie looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. So from a technical side, but I've come around from characterization to relatability to its own rule breaking. That can get under your skin. If you want a movie to set its rules and have those rules kind of dictate how what's the word, tense it is, you might be let down because it does break its own rules. There's no two ways about it.
Absolutely. And it spends so much time setting up the rules with the dynamite.
Right.
That okay, like because this movie I think is this movie now is like a cult, like, filmmaker
For sure,
fan
cult
movie.
Yeah.
You have to, honestly, I feel like you have to love the behind-the-scenes aspects of movies and
Yeah.
the filmmaking process
Right.
to really fully enjoy this movie. Because if you're just going into this cold and not knowing anything
I'd
about
agree.
that, you're probably like, this is bare bones.
I'd agree to an extent. Like, if
there's
you
some good style here.
Yeah.
It's that, I don't even, it's a cliche. I don't really like the term, but it is, in a way, style over substance.
Yeah, it is.
Because there is substance here. Like, especially like with the whole, like,
There is some substance here.
there's
Like,
good themes. Like,
Yeah.
the whole oil, just, like, hegemonic corporation.
corporate colonialism.
Yes. Imperialism, greed.
Yeah.
And exploiting people. All that is done well.
And I
but
think
it's-
it works.
It does. It works.
That part
really
of it
well.
works. And that does.
But it's
that,
on the outskirts.
But it works. But that works with almost zero exposition.
No, it's all done visually.
And
That's the best
good.
part of
And
the movie.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot to like
That's
about
the best
that.
part of the movie, and not so much like what we've been sold of, like, man, the bridge scene and everything.
Yeah.
Because that's where the movie starts to break its own rules.
Yeah,
It
does.
sets up so much time with this dynamite. We can't fly it. It would be too much, turbulence or whatever. It would be
Yeah.
jiggling around. And then, like, these trucks are fucking... they're on the tilt of rolling over.
I think Friedkin did that purely for the butt-puckering nature of it.
I think
he was
that-
like, we're going to do
I
this
get
for
it.
real in camera, and it's
Yeah.
going to look good.
it looks good.
But you're right. It's
It
undermined
breaks
by...
the
It breaks the rules. It breaks
Yeah.
the rules.
It does look great.
It looks so good.
It looks fantastic.
It looks really good. And like I said,
But it's not tense anymore.
You
'Cause
gotta-
I'm like, oh, okay, well, these trucks can do this. Like, this
Yeah.
movie was just gonna... It's not gonna... I almost wish, back to the Cine Verite and stuff, I wish he would have just picked a style. Go super stylistic.
yeah.
Or stick documentarian.
Yeah, I would have
like,
liked
raw
that too.
feel.
I mean, that's a good point. It's like, if you're gonna do the documentary stuff, if you're gonna do Roy Scheider, don't do the movie star movie. Okay, if you get Steve McQueen, then style.
Absolutely.
With Roy Scheider,
You got these unknowns.
the documentary.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they feel like
and
real
that
people.
that would be really interesting.
I
But
agree.
then where do you fit in the Tangerine Dream score, because it's a documentary style? But if you did it right, you might still be able to make it work. It's hard to say, but I actually agree. You've changed my mind on that. There is some.
I know. I don't want to lose the Tangerine.
There is
Dream
some.
score.
Yeah, I don't either, because it's one of the better, the lasting.
I think it would be better if it went into the full surrealism
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
I do like the documentary style. I think it would be better if it went way
Full
stylistic.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was all bridge scene.
I could see
you
that.
know, if it was
Because you're right. They do try to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
They
This
do
needs to
try
be-
They
yeah.
do try to be like so grounded and so real and gritty, and then by the end it's like real
Yeah.
surreal. Like, whoa. But are we seeing it from Scheider's character? Like,
It
he's
is.
literally going insane.
he literally goes in, it goes to full surreal.
because I
at
love
the
that
end.
scene.
I love it too.
I love that scene.
That's actually somewhat great. Like, I love like the
It's
still shot
it's-
editing of it.
And it's
Like,
the better.
I love that
It's the
stuff.
better version of the two films, because
It is.
Wages
It is.
feels silly and jokey.
Yeah.
This is like he's lost it.
No,
And
I
it's-
love that.
and it's perfectly visually represented. But you're right.
What does he say?
Tonally,
Like, I'm not the right guy.
Yeah,
or
I'm not the
something.
right guy,
Yeah.
something like that. 'Cause, yeah.
it's so great.
if you pay attention, it's like they each use their skills in this movie to accomplish the mission, and they eventually all the people that are skilled die, and then you have Roy Scheider, who's just kind of like he's a driver.
Yeah.
But that's it. Other than that, he's not inept, but he's kind of like, he gets frustrated easily.
Yeah.
He has outbursts regularly.
He's not smart.
Whereas everybody else is kind of like, we have a job to do, we have to do it. So let's give it a second, let's think and do it. And then they do, So that's part of it I like. I like that they're not characters, they are utilitarian
Yes.
players.
They are.
that
Absolutely.
serve the action and what goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me see some other things that I had
But-
here. There's
but
there's
that's
some,
where-
there's a little bit of comedy that I think is hit and miss in this movie.
Yeah.
Roy Scheider has some one-liners. He's an
Yeah.
American. He's kind of got this bravado that I like.
Roy Scheider just had that great charisma.
Yeah,
to him.
he had
really
some
was.
good charisma.
He should have been like a major leading man. Honestly,
But yeah, we brought this up. I think it's beautifully photographed.
it is.
I think for the most part, things they look very naturalistic. Aside from a few things like the burnt corpse is terrible. I don't know what he was thinking there.
Dude, that is so bad. The burnt corpse is fine. Don't put the eyeball there.
It removes you.
Yeah.
I hate that. My biggest pet peeve is
You don't even need the corpse. Just have like hair,
Hair would be
and,
perfect.
like, charred
hair.
Yeah.
No, my biggest pet peeve in movies is when I'm enjoying it, and then you show me something that reminds me I'm watching a movie, and it
Completely
breaks
agree.
the immersion.
Completely agree.
And for the most part, in this movie, there are times where it's like you get invested, and then they'll do something that's like, oh, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
There's some guy there's some Foley artist that thought,
Yeah.
this is the best sound we can get for
Yeah.
this. Yep. Let's put a glass eye in this charred corpse so people will know. But you got to beat them over the head to know that it's a corpse.
I agree with that wholly. But also, this movie almost wants to be regarded in the aspect of, no, I am watching a movie, and look at all this filmmaking. Look at what they did.
Yeah.
This movie.
I could see that.
This movie
Goes back to the fart
it's not
sniffing.
it's
the
not
fart
trying
sniffing.
to even immerse you into a story. It's so bare bones.
Yeah.
Like it's immersing you in a world and like.
Yeah. I could see that.
But it's constantly, oh yeah, I'm watching a movie. Yeah, it's fucking hydraulic fucking bridge and everything. And
Now, I didn't see the Criterion release Blu-ray. The Blu-ray that I have, like the original release for the Blu-ray, the sound is pretty good.
it sounds great.
But I've
on
heard
this.
this is the
It's so
real
good.
thing.
Because he was notorious for the sound mix on this, I guess.
bet.
Like he was meticulous as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the original Blu-ray, it's okay. I like how everything sounds, but
It sounds really good on
good.
that.
Good.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Another
What
point-
doesn't look great is like the rain.
The rain looks bad.
Dude, even on this, it looks. I know it's real,
Inconsistent.
and
inconsistent.
it looks like they edited
Superimposed.
It does. There's times where it looks like it was done in
Yeah.
post.
Like there are scenes. It's weird.
It's
like
weird.
There's a scene
It's
where it's
when
like you
they're-
can
it's-
tell they're drenched.
It's when they're in the fork in the road, and they're trying to figure out which road to go down, and they're like, "Is this the way?"
Yeah.
And they asked that one guy, and I
So
I
there
forget
you
what
go.
it was called. It was like that place died or whatever.
Yeah.
But
But are
the
you trying to
rain-
go home?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever that means.
They are though.
Yeah.
They're trying to go to another. This
Yeah.
whole movie is metaphor.
Yeah, there is a little bit of metaphor there, but I agree. But
because it's
the-
like,
but-
is he the sorcerer?
But it goes back. But it goes back to, okay, cinema verite. That rain better be real. If you're gonna do the documentary style,
He couldn't. There was like a
real.
drought.
Yeah.
A drought happened. He had to remake the river.
So don't do it.
yeah.
Don't
Well,
do
don't
it.
do the-
Don't superimpose the rain.
I don't think they did.
But here
They didn't. They just, it's a rain machine. It looks superimposed with the grain, and they didn't superimpose it, but it looks like that.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's weird.
Visually inconsistent. There's some
Yeah.
visual inconsistencies.
But I guess, is that the thing of like, as they go further and further into Dante's Inferno, essentially,
Right.
getting crazier and crazier.
Yeah.
I could see.
That might be
see
part of it.
Yeah, I could see.
But there are shots where,
forgiveness there.
Yeah, you could see that.
But I also think it just looks kind of bad
Yeah.
when it's trying to do the realistic thing.
But see, the thing is, you also got to put in context. A lot of people aren't going to see what you and I saw. We're almost kind of looking for that. The average person's not going to be like, "Oh, that
Yeah.
rain looks terrible." They're going to be like,
because I didn't
"It's
come into
raining."
this movie blind. I knew the backstory of this movie before I watched the
Right.
movie.
Right.
So I don't know if that tainted it or enhanced it. Because if I were to went into this blind, I may have even liked it less.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think now, if you show it to a modern audience without any kind of backstory, they wouldn't like it. They'd be
No.
like, "It's too long. I don't care about the characters."
But they might because it's not feel good.
Yeah, it's not feel good.
And there is something.
So
there
there-
is something there.
So there you go.
To the soul that you need there.
It's ahead of its time.
It is that.
I still think it's ahead of its
the
time.
last of the Hollywood. Like this came out the
Like,
same
this
time.
is the
as,
end of the auteurs.
Yeah, and this is the same time as like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Hollywood is like. The studios are like, we don't need this bleak stuff, like nihilism. Like we want to get families into the theater
Yeah.
again, and
Yep.
they.
It's another reason why the Thing bombed.
Dude.
Like, we want our aliens touchy-feely. We don't want our aliens
Yeah.
gross and
Another
fucked up.
thing, like it's like also, not to get too off topic, but that came out when E.T. was out. Another very positive depiction of aliens, and this is and the Thing is not that.
Precisely.
This is kind of surreal. It's nothing like Star Wars, but
Yeah.
like it's kind of surreal,
Yeah.
and everything. And this is a PG movie.
Yeah, it's PG.
Kids could have
It's
walked
PG.
into it. Like
It's the gnarliest PG movie of all time.
The only people that saw this was Star Wars was sold out.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, let's see this other thing. It's only PG.
Yeah.
It'll be fine for
Yeah.
the kids.
Yeah.
Gnarliest PG movie. One of my favorite shots in the film, or the sequence in the film, was when they get pulled over by like the rebels or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's when the movie nails the tension. You know there's real stakes. Roy Scheider's cracking jokes at gunpoint. And then, the
But
killer.
why does he
the
say
killer,
we have supplies? We have Wonder Bread, and we have
jokes. They're jokes.
But it's like they're obviously gonna want your truck then.
Yeah. Who knows? I think he was just fucking with it. At that point,
Yeah.
he's so
He looks
far
scared,
gone.
though. Yeah.
He looks
No.
a little scared.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, okay. He's almost like, oh, don't worry, I got a trained killer right here.
Yeah.
And what does the trained killer do? He does what he does best.
They
even
do-
though he gets shot and
Yeah.
killed eventually. But even then, I like that it still did, like,
And they do set that shovel up.
they did
pretty
set it up
perfectly.
perfectly.
Just him putting it on. the-
Perfectly.
Yeah.
That's a good Chekhov shovel right there.
It is
Very good.
It is.
And it looks so real.
Dude, it's done towards camera.
Yeah.
Hits him right in the neck, and it looks
And
awesome.
even the fake blood can't ruin it. Which this movie has a lot of really shitty looking fake blood.
It's the sound effects you hear. There's like freaking pigs and some
Yeah.
like gurgle.
What the
like,
fuck?
backwards scream. It's
So
awesome.
there you go. That's where the auteur comes out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there's a lot to it, and then obviously we talked about the run up to the very ending with that dream-like
Yeah.
thing where he's full blown gone.
Yeah.
Um.
After the hitman gets shot and is like dying in there,
Yeah.
he's like talking to him like, "Oh, what are you gonna do with all that money?" And
Yeah.
just laughing.
It's
also
great.
another weird thing that takes me out of it. Very nitpicky. They have way too white of teeth.
They do.
And that's just a nitpicky
I
in
agree.
movies in general.
But you know what's funny? You go back like pre-'80s, everyone's got yellow ass fucking
Yeah,
teeth,
yeah.
dude.
No, yeah.
Everyone's got yellow teeth.
These criminals in this line of work, living in the
You never got punched once?
Yeah.
Never got punched in the
Yeah.
face
Yeah.
once?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They got Crest 3D strips in '77.
They had him on set. They had him on set.
That's what really ballooned.
No, but
that.
you go back and you even see like Ellen Bernstein in
Absolutely.
her teeth are gross.
Yeah.
They're weird. Anyway,
Chain
let's
smoker.
not
No,
get
no.
too, let's not get too
Dumb.
off on that.
Dumb.
But let me see. I think we've done.
But I do love that surreal scene when he's talking.
I
to
love
him
that
and everything.
I think it's the better version of
The
what
lightning
Clouseau
strike-
was coming
yeah,
for. Yeah, that
absolutely.
was great.
Yeah, I love the lightning. The cuts to the
He's
rocks.
just like,
looking
he's going
around and
through,
still-
and he's doing these.
and then he's like in
switchbacks.
all white.
Yeah, I don't know what
Like,
they
all
were
white,
thinking.
Like paint.
Like, what was he trying to say with that weird? It's like death is coming. Like death is coming
He
for
is-
you.
Yeah.
It
He is
must have
dead
been.
now. Yeah.
Good job, Friedkin. That was
Yeah.
pretty good. Little subtle visual storytelling
Not even
there.
so in your face, and that's the filmmaking that I loved about the movie.
True.
I like Friedkin's cinema verite style. I don't think it works in this movie too much. I wanted it to go fully
Stylistic.
Style.
You're gonna get 22
Style.
million. Do it big. Yeah. Or save the money.
But maybe it started like that because it was a smaller budget and then it ballooned. And I don't know.
Maybe.
That I don't know.
Good point. He's like, well, we're not going to switch the style. We've already spent the money. We better put some high budget flair into this.
Yeah, the studio's like, wait, I thought this was gonna be like, grounded. And you're like, no, we're going big, we're going wild. And
Right.
all of a sudden,
So I will say this: I don't think it's definitely not a masterpiece in my eyes. I love this movie. It's one of my favorites. But I can also acknowledge its flaws.
It's a flawed masterpiece.
It's flawed.
It wants to
It's
be a
flawed.
masterpiece.
It wants to be.
so
It wants to
bad.
be. It wants to be like Lawrence Arabia in the
Dude,
jungle.
it does.
It wants
Yeah.
to be that. And maybe
It wants to be-
somewhere
yeah.
out there is a perfect version of this. But as it stands, if you're going to watch one of the two, I would suggest The Wages of Fear first, because that movie, as old as it is, I feel like it's
better.
its themes, the pacing, it's longer, but the pacing is better. The characters are more relatable. There is some goofy shit in it too.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of goofy stuff in
Yeah.
it, but the characterization's better. And
new
the,
wave French before.
yeah. But there is also like there is character development in that.
There's
movie.
a lot of character development,
and you feel like they're all a team.
I think you needed. I get what he was trying to do with this movie, but I think you needed
Cynicism and nihilism.
But you
that's what his
needed that-
whole thing was.
You needed that some sort of like connection or through line relationship that Wages of Fear does with, the old man character and the younger guy.
Yeah.
Like, you need that.
You need that.
You need that in this movie.
And that's implied, but it's not fleshed out in this movie like it is. This movie, like you said, is all about the technical aspect, the flash, and there's a lot of flash, especially when you put it in context of 1977. It must have been the best-looking movie in 1977, bar none, because there's just so much time and money being put into that image.
Star Wars looks great.
It looks pretty good.
Was it a smaller budget than this movie?
Yeah. Smaller budget.
Yeah.
Smaller budget.
Yeah.
But we're talking about, I guess we are kind of talking about an auteur, and that was his first movie. So you put all your thoughts and your good ideas into that first one.
American Graffiti was his. No,
Oh,
TXX and then American
Oh,
Graffiti.
yeah, you're right.
But,
I haven't seen the one before American Graffiti, but I like American Graffiti a lot. But anyway.
No, because it is like 70s was that. It was man, would have been a time to be alive. Excuse me. As a film lover, like
Yeah.
auteurs just coming out with gems, every original ideas.
Yeah.
This is a reinterpretation, but we even need more of this nowadays. Of like, grab a fucking book,
Dime store novel and do it.
and yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Grab some Jim Thompson novel and freaking
Yeah.
and freaking adapt it.
I agree. Yeah, so it's like the way I look at it is like everything post like Easy Rider, then you just get tons of good shit in the 70s.
Yeah.
And
But
then
then Star Wars comes out and Hollywood's like, we don't need this.
Yeah.
Ballooning and
we need crowd pleasers.
and
We need family friendly.
kind of catty, bitchy directors.
Yeah.
Let's just put out,
Huh. Let's put out Explorers. Let's put out Flight of the Navigator. And I get that. There's
and
some
we need
good.
a positive message.
So he's got to have a message.
Yeah. This one has a message. It ain't positive.
Yeah, it's like
bleak.
It's like
And it's
life's
brutal.
a bitch, and then you die.
If anything, we touched it, but with the whole like oil and imperialism, it's more topical. Like it's
It is.
just as topical.
It is.
It's timeless in that.
yeah,
aspect.
it's the colonizers stealing the resources and saying it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's good for the indigenous population.
And that's where-
We're gonna domesticate you.
And that's another reason why this movie probably bombed hard. It wasn't. The studios hated Friedkin at this point, and they didn't put out any promotion for this
Right.
movie.
They didn't promote it at all.
No. They're like,
They were
"Nope,
like,
we
we're not-
have
we're
this
not
money
spending
bag
one
in
more
Star
dime."
Wars.
Yeah.
We're not spending anything with this. Dude,
But I will always
he's
give credit
pushing
to
the boundaries
I
with
will-
like calling out like studio heads in this.
Yeah.
With like the whole picture in the office with like the oil guy and like it's literally a picture of Universal Studio heads. So it's like, I'm almost
Bunch of
surprised
stuffed
this
shirts.
got made how it got made.
But I'm glad it did.
Yeah. No,
But-
I
but-
respect
but-
that aspect so.
But one thing I will
heartedly
say,
of
and I
this
will
movie.
always respect 20th Century Fox for this, they put out Star Wars, and then 2 years later, what did they do? They put out Alien, which is like a gritty, like a nightmare. And it's like they took a chance on Ridley Scott, so they can do both tones. They can do your happy
Absolutely.
aliens,
Absolutely.
and they can do an about face and say, "Hey, Dan O'Bannon, we really like your script. We need a young director who's going to come in here and do it right, and we'll get like this weird H.R. Giger type this German dude. And it'll be really strange, and then it all worked. It was like the perfect secret sauce. Whereas this movie, you can tell that it's Friedkin's way or the highway.
Absolutely.
For better or worse.
Yep.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
Not everything works. I love this movie. Next week, we are doing
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
We're doing Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. We're going to do Sucker Punch. We may or may not have a special guest for that episode.
Yeah.
We will see, but put that on your calendar, folks. Next Monday, we will have an episode about Sucker Punch.
We're doing it because of the special guest. So
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. So there'll be a third body on this screen next week.
You're gonna see some Zack Snyder, another auteur.
Don't you hate on my Dawn of the Dead remake? Do not hate on my Dawn of the Dead remake.
Such a pile of shit.
Oh, I love it so much. Anyway, we'll cover it one of these days. Thanks for watching, folks.
Thank you.
There we go. We did it. We did it. We got it in the can.
A few fucks in there. Sorry.
That's right. I had a few myself. But I'm telling you, when I watched the second try, it was terrible. It was the drunkenness coming in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.